second, I got very confused. I'm like, wait, isn't there supposed to be an intro? Do I just start?
That is the intro.
Well, no, because like you were like what's the word? Like you, maybe you weren't behind on it, but just like for a minute, it felt like you were. So like I thought like I was supposed to just start, and there wasn't supposed to be like anything before. So it like freaking threw me off.
What you mean besides the freaking intro that we usually play right before we start?
Yeah, for a
I didn't
second,
play that. How did that throw you off?
I don't know. Maybe I have to. It's been a long week, man. Okay, shut up.
All right.
What's up, bros? I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Caleb.
And we're a couple of bros on a mission to give you guys the most detailed movie reviews out there with as little bias as possible. Welcome to the All Bros. This week on the podcast, we got two items to talk about in 4K Spotlight. And then with Through the Wall, we got a brand new trailer that we want to talk about for a movie that we are both stoked for. And then we'll be moving on to our headliner, which will be our breakdown of Nimona.
Hell yeah.
So, Caleb, what do you say we get started?
Damn, Sam is Johnny on the spot, dude.
Dude, he straight up told me that, like, yeah, like right when the notification comes on his phone, he's just like, oh, gotta jump on. Doesn't matter where he is. Just gotta jump on. I love the dedication, Sam. I love it.
Friggin' love it. And I see you change your profile picture, too. If you're confused, that's Jimmy Buffett, Rose.
Okay. I had to think for a minute.
You looked like you were lost.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to think for a minute who that was. I'm sorry. I feel like an asshole for that. I'm sorry.
Do you know who he is or
not? I know Margaritaville. Unfortunately, that's the only song that I know of Jimmy Buffett's.
I mean, that's fine. That's what most people. That's the only song people know about Jimmy Buffett's. Yeah, we did lose a good one, Sam.
It's really sad. We lost him. We lost the lead singer of Smash Mouth. Like,
bro, right?
Dude, that freaking killed me. Like, oh my god, dude, that day and the day after, I was just listening to nothing but Smash Mouth. Like, I almost started tearing up. I almost started tearing up during All Star.
No, I'll be real. No one likes Smash Mouth that much. Do you?
I do, dude. I love Smash Mouth. Their version of "Why Can't We Be Friends" is my favorite version.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that.
What, you don't care about Smash Mouth?
Not really.
Wow.
I mean, it freaking sucks that they, or what's his face, passed away. But like I wasn't like freaking listening to Smash Mouth. Like,
I don't know about you, but like literally go back and like look at like I think it was more in like live action, not like animated. I feel Shrek was the only animated movie that they did music for. But if you go back to like old movies that you loved as a child that came out in like the early 2000s, you're gonna recognize the Smash Mouth song. I guarantee it. Like the have you seen Big Fat Liar?
Yes. The Frankie Muniz one.
Yeah. Yep.
With Paul. Yep. I remember that one.
The opening song is a Smash Mouth song. Yeah.
All right. Maybe there is something more than the Shrek song.
I mean, that's all that they'll unfortunately be remembered for, but hey, you know, what a way to go on top, and may he rest in peace. Gave us an amazing song, amazing list of songs. And also, you know, rest in peace to Jimmy Buffett, and I apologize that I really did not know him that well. I feel bad. I feel like I'm like freaking going on about how much, you know, Smash Mouth meant to me, not saying shit about Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like a special breed would know who Jimmy Buffett is.
It's a generation thing, right?
I'd say yes, because like I completely understand why between the two, the Smash Mouth singer like hits harder for you.
Steve Harwell, that's his name.
Yeah. So if I understand why he hit harder for you. Out of the two, Jimmy Buffett hit harder for me, but that's just because I was raised on oldies.
Okay.
And Jimmy Buffett was just kind of a staple in that time.
That's fair.
Or at least for what I was raised on.
Yeah.
I wasn't like I was raised on Shrek and everything, but I wasn't listening to like the Smash Mouth style of music very often. I was listening to like old country. Jam. Yeah, like
dude, I didn't start listening to country until I met you.
You're welcome.
Dude, you know what? Fair enough. I used to hate country before I met Caleb, and now to me the genre writes the best love songs. So
dude, it absolutely does. Like the new stuff, like no, absolutely the hell not. But
I don't know, you can find some rare gems in the new ones.
They're very, very rare now. Where like back in the 60s, 70s, like those were some prime time love songs.
Have you ever heard of Dixon Dallas?
Dixon Dallas?
Yeah, Dixon Dallas.
Is that like a band?
No, he's a new country singer. I want you to look him up on Spotify whenever you get the chance next, just to listen to some of his songs.
Okay.
Because no, they are they have no business being as so they're gay love country songs, and they have no business being as good as they are and as hard as they go. I'll fully admit,
bro, is that the one from like the Instagram reels that I see every once in a while?
Yes, yep, yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, that song freaking hits hard,
right? Dude, you got to listen to his other ones. Like,
oh dude, man, I freaking love that shit, man.
Right? It's so. Have you heard F-150?
I don't think so. Why is my mic sticky?
Ew. Oh no, Caleb, why is it sticky?
Dude, beats me. That's like syrup sticky.
Hey, Jiggly John miserable. Wait, why am I miserable? Stacy, why am I miserable? I mean, you're not wrong, but
I don't think she meant to put.
Oh, okay. I got so confused. But
dude, I was gonna say Stacy's coming in like rough.
Yeah, like damn.
Like you get hit with a roast and being called out as being miserable.
Oh shit. Yeah, no man. Yeah, if you ever get the chance, like he only has like 5 songs out right now. But I feel like he just like keeps coming out with them like rapidly, and they're all freaking good. They're all bangers. So
yeah, I'm down for that.
Dude, it's so freaking good.
That first one, yeah.
Oh,
it's Sierra.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm just like you don't have to call it out. I know I am, but. Anyway, starting off with 4K 4K spotlight.
We gotta do our hold on.
Oh, sorry, jumping ahead.
Hey, it's Mikey T
and Grant
and Billy,
and we are the Failing Hollywood podcast, and you are listening to the All Bros podcast, the best movie podcast that is not us.
Yeah, second best. Second best.
Yeah, second best. They got
don't say best.
They got some decent reviews.
If you start lying to the audience right away, they're not going to buy anything you say.
I mean, no, but they have awesome mediocre views on movies.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
So keep listening for more of that.
Damn, Mike, you were mediocre.
We had 8 to choose from, and I felt like that one was easily the funniest. Like,
dude,
that,
yeah, that's freaking great, man. I love that. Don't say best. Don't lie to the audience.
Oh man,
that's freaking great.
Yeah, awesome mediocre.
I'll take it. I love that. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, starting off with 4K spotlight.
Hold up. I'm still getting the swing of things here.
It's okay, Caleb. If it wants to. There we go. Got it. Okay, so first up.
Freaking struggling.
Just a little bit. That's okay. So first up, coming to Blu-ray this week, we got Air, which we actually did break down a couple months ago. So if you guys want to check out our review for that, be sure to. Spoiler alert, we really enjoyed the movie, but definitely check out our review nonetheless. I don't know if I want to pick this up on day one. I might wait for a sale just because it's just a bare bones Blu-ray release. There's nothing special about it or anything. So I'll bet you money it's probably going to be like $22.99 or $24.99. So I want to wait till it's like below $20. So
yeah, I was just checking to see like how far back Air was. That was 18 weeks ago.
Damn. Holy shit.
Yeah, right? That's freaking insane.
Amazon took for freaking ever to get this one on physical media. God damn.
Dude, right?
The hell, Amazon? I mean, you know what? I can't say anything though, because I forgot to point this out a couple weeks ago. Remember the third Hotel Transylvania that came out like freaking like a year or so ago on Amazon?
Yeah.
Or was it the fourth? Wait, no, it's the fourth, right?
I forget. Those ones kind of clumped together for me.
I think it's the fourth. But yeah, so it came out like freaking over a year ago. They just barely put it on physical media like 2 weeks ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Amazon. They're freaking like slacking. Or maybe they just don't give a shit about physical media.
Like last week we were talking about Across the Spider-Verse, and that was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 6 weeks after Air. And then Guardians of the Galaxy came out a few weeks prior, and that one came out after Air.
Damn. That's
and then the
insane.
same with Flash. I feel like they've been just kind of going through. I feel like they've been dragging their feet with Elemental.
So the reason why they have done that is because of how bad Lightyear was. Like that was such a box office disappointment. Pixar did not want to have to report that for Elemental, so they tried to keep that in theaters as long as they could, and thankfully it had legs, so it is actually considered a box office, like not success, but like a box office, I guess, pass. Or I guess maybe you could, because like the budget was $200 million and it grossed like $453 million. So, like I guess you could count that as a success. A little bit at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's way better than freaking Lightyear.
That's a bummer because Lightyear was really good.
It was. Yeah, because Elemental, that's like the first Pixar movie since Lightyear, right? To come out?
I want to say, yeah.
I can't think of any others.
Yeah. I mean, at least when it comes to Pixar, we're usually pretty good about reviewing most of those. Like anytime we get... Like the biggest studio ones that we tend to like jump on are like number one's Marvel, but number two I'd have to say is Pixar.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And then we're pretty good about jumping on Warner Brother movies after that. And then like I feel like those are the big three.
Yeah.
For us, it's usually Marvel, DC, and Pixar.
Because I feel like even though we've reviewed a decent amount over the years, I feel we're picky and choosy with our horror movies that we review.
Yeah, like there's a lot that we're at least when like we've been interested in, but some that we've just never gotten around to reviewing. Like I think we didn't end up doing Blood and Honey like we were going to, but
honestly, I'm glad that we didn't because I heard that movie was absolute dog shit. I heard it sucked. Like literally, do you watch Dead Meat on YouTube?
I'll catch his episodes every once in a while.
Okay, so he did the one for the Blood and Honey one, and him like running through the plot while I'm basically watching the whole movie. It sounded so freaking stupid. Like
I know, but it's like, what were you expecting?
That's fair, but it just they didn't even freaking try. Like they really didn't try.
Dude, apparently there is a lot of I don't know how true this is, but Superman is going to be hitting the what's it called?
Public domain.
Yeah.
Shit.
So they're someone pointed out. So expect a freaking stupid ass low budget Superman horror movie to be coming out soon, and I'm like, I mean, you got a point. I mean, they freaking jumped on that shit with Winnie the Pooh.
They did.
Yeah, and I think like they did pretty good. I mean, I know it wasn't like Superman, but I feel like we already kind of got that movie with Brightburn.
That's fair, and I still haven't watched that. I need to.
Really freaking good.
That's because I remember you right after you saw it, you told me that, and for some reason I've slept on it.
Yeah, I think it's on HBO right now.
No shit. Okay. Ooh.
I think. Let me double check on that while you talk about Air.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have that much else to say about it. Great movie. If you guys haven't seen it, please check it out. This is one of Ben Affleck's best movies that he's ever made. I mean, totally recommend it. But next up with 4K Spotlight, we have Joyride, which I think this is Universal, I'm pretty sure. But I didn't get a chance to see this in theaters. I don't think Caleb did either. Did you see Joyride?
I did not.
I wanted to. I kept meaning to ask my sister if she wanted to go see it, but I never got around to it. So I definitely want to watch it. But I just don't know. I'll probably wait for a sale price. I think I can wait a little longer before seeing this. But the trailers look super funny. And it got decent reviews. So I definitely want to check it out eventually.
Yeah. This one looked like it was pretty good. So, and I've been seeing some stuff about it that kind of makes me want to see it a bit more on TikTok.
Okay.
And for those of you wondering, Brightburn is on FX Now. And so you're going to have a premium subscription with Hulu to watch it.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Oh, well.
But, I mean...
There's an excuse for me to buy the 4K.
I would
not buy it.
No. Okay, Liz, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Like I very much enjoyed the movie. I don't know if you would like it enough to risk a blind buy.
Okay. All right. I understand it. I rarely hear you say that. So okay.
Yeah, like I said, don't get me wrong. The movie is really well done. I think James Gunn produced it, so take that as you will.
Okay.
Or I think he might have directed it.
That's what I thought he did.
Let me check real quick. No. So James Gunn was a producer. And it looks like his brothers, I'm assuming it's his brothers, wrote the screenplay for it. But it was directed by David Yarovesky, who has done movies like so he was involved in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if he's, hold on, let me see. Okay, apparently he's just done a lot of like music video things.
All right. Okay.
He did the Guardians of the Galaxy Inferno.
Oh, that video with freaking David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like he's had like a bunch of like horror experience. But he did like help produce a decent amount of stuff.
I feel this is an unpopular opinion, but I thought that music video was stupid.
It was. It very
I didn't find
much
it
was.
funny at all.
So honestly, I think Brightburn might be the only thing that, unless you've heard of Night Books, it's a Netflix thing. A boy obsessed with scary stories, imprisoned by an evil young witch in her contemporary New York apartment. Ugh. Okay, I don't know how he's not selling it. He's not going to be the selling point for Brightburn.
Okay,
but Brightburn is good.
Okay, I'm gonna take
like
your
I said,
word
I
for
don't
it.
know if it's blind by good, but it's at least check it out once good.
Like, should I see how much it is to rent it on Vudu?
Okay.
Like,
if
say
I
if
was
it's
paying for the Blu-ray, if I was paying for the Blu-ray, if I was paying for like a Blu-ray or just like the physical copy, like I wouldn't pay more than maybe 17.
Okay. I thought you were going to say 10.
No, like I would pay 10 for the movie.
Okay.
15, I'd probably still pay 15. It's like it's once you start getting closer to 20, then I'm like, well, But
honestly, I've never seen the 4K of this one dip below 15. I think for some reason it stays like even on Black Fridays. I've never seen it dip that low, and usually like you'll catch 4K movies going for like freaking $10 on Black Friday. So I'm really shocked that I've never seen it drop that low.
Yeah, I would go anywhere below 20.
Okay,
I think is a pretty safe bet.
Okay. Cool.
Funny way of of rating that is how much I'd be willing to pay for it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to the movie that we were actually talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, Joyride. Like you said, me and Caleb have not seen it, but we both are intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's it for 4K Spotlight. Moving on to Through the Wall. We got our, I don't know if this is the final trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's. It could be. If it is, I'm cool with it. Because
I'm fine with it too.
Yeah, because they really have not given anything away, in my opinion, and I'm totally okay with that. But I mean, we're not really given anything new here. I feel the biggest thing that one is the ending. But two, I like that when the police officer is talking to Josh Hutcherson's character, and she asks like, "Oh, have you met them yet?" In previous trailers, she just says them, but in this one, she actually like hits the freaking Showtime button, and she goes, Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy, and she's like doing like a freaking pan around of all of the animatronics. It's a really cool scene. But so you get that, and then freaking the ending, we get our first look at Springtrap, which freaking bro. It's not the Springtrap I feel a lot of people know from the games, because it's not the freaking mangled Bonnie suit. Because from the looks of it, William Afton is still alive in the suit. He's literally just got into a gold Bonnie suit. I'm assuming, I don't really know a lot about the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, so like literally don't take any of my word for it.
Yeah, this is a movie that we're basically going in fairly blind to.
Honestly, I kind of love that.
I do too.
Yeah,
it's like we're familiar with the characters, we're familiar with some of the lore, but this is a really good way for them to just kind of like create their own history, their own canon with it, which I'm fine with.
Same.
Like if you wanted to have like the video game canon versus movie canon, like, or whatever, like I'm usually okay with that kind of stuff as long as it's done right and does justice to the source material.
Considering that as far as I know, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's does have an input in this. I think he's like an executive producer or something.
Good. He should. He absolutely
I agree.
should.
So yeah, the fact that he's has a say in it. The freaking I cannot say enough good about the freaking animatronics in this. Those suits look incredible.
Dude, everything behind the scenes that I've seen of those, they look fantastic.
Okay, I want your opinion though. Maybe it's just me. Chica's looking a little too realistic.
Dude.
Like Foxy, Bonnie, and Freddy, they look fine. Chica's looking a little too real for me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, there's going to be no suspending your disbelief with freaking Chica.
How do you
nightmare fuel for days.
Like, dude, you think like most people are just like, oh yeah, no, Foxy is going to be the scariest. No, I think it's Chica. Chica's going to be the one that freaking everyone's going to be terrified of after this movie.
Dude, what's the name of the little cupcake person?
Just Cupcake.
It's just Cupcake.
Yeah, it's just
Dude, Cupcake is up there too.
Yeah,
like,
dude, seriously.
Seeing like that trailer where that part of the trailer where Cupcake's like gnawing on this dude's face, I was like, oh my gosh.
Speaking of that, how do you feel about it being rated PG-13 and not rated R?
I'm a little bummed.
I am too. Like, I can get over it because, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's what they wanted to do, just to be able to appeal to a larger demographic. But yeah,
They better be pushing.
Dude, seriously, because if I don't know if they would show it in this one, but I swear that Matthew Lillard has said that if this one's successful, he signed on for 2 other ones. So if they do a freaking flashback of the Bite of 82, I think Bite of 82, I want that shit to be so freaking bloody when the kid gets his head bit off.
Dude, same.
That makes me sound probably really effed up, but I don't care.
Dude, but how sick would that be? It's just our intro to this. It's because from what I'm aware of with Five Nights at Freddy's, Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't get freaking nuts until later in the game series, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the first number one, the 3
first one,
is when it really starts to go balls to the wall insane.
Yeah, so I hope that that's maybe where they're going with this, kind of starting us off easy, got walking that line between PG-13 and R, and then freaking once 2 and 3 get greenlit, freaking balls to the wall, do whatever the hell they have to be able to tell the scariest stories.
Dude, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this movie does, and yeah, I'm very excited to break it down.
I am too. I am sad though. I mean, I'm kind of sad that it's also going to be on Peacock simultaneously, because I feel that's just going to kill its box office performance.
Well, we thought the same thing about Halloween Kills, and that one ended up doing decent enough.
That's true. I mean, but it didn't do as well as freaking Halloween 2018, and Halloween Ends did worse than Kills. But I feel that one can be justified as to not a lot of people were the biggest fan of the changes that they made, or the direction that they took the third film. So yeah, I guess you could chalk it up to that. So I'm really hoping that even though it's coming to Peacock, that it's super successful in theaters.
Well, you got to think too. It's we don't know, because studios aren't very open, or at least services haven't been very open, and this is just kind of part of the strike that's going on. Is we don't know how Halloween Kills performed.
That's true. That is what sucks about freaking what's the word, streaming services, and what their viewership is, because there are some streaming services that will not release their hours watched or their amount of people that tuned in. I think the biggest culprit was HBO Max. They freaking held that shit back for a while.
Yeah. So if we get to a point where they have to be more open about this, then maybe these movies are doing better than they're expecting it to. Because think about it, it's weird that they're going to dump as much money as they have into a movie franchise like Five Nights at Freddy's, knowing that it has a decent fan base like Halloween, and they're going to go back to doing theaters and streaming.
Yeah,
it seems suspicious. It makes me think that maybe Halloween Kills did a little bit better than what they were thinking.
I'm thinking
Halloween Ends only got a theatrical release, right?
No, Halloween Ends was on Peacock as well.
It did? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that one you can chalk up to just it not being a great movie, but yeah, this one, there's some, they wouldn't continue this trend if it wasn't profiting them.
That's fair. I'm curious what the budget for Five Nights at Freddy's was, because I mean it's Blumhouse, so they had to have kept it on the cheap, even with the costume.
I'd be shocked if they went over 150.
Dude, I'd be shocked if they went over freaking 50 million. Like dead serious. Sorry, 1 second. It's being stupid. Okay, here we go. Dude, it's even lower than I thought. It's only estimated, but the estimated budget is 25 million.
Damn.
Yeah. Dude, Blumhouse knows how to make horror movies on the cheap.
Yeah.
And they're always super profitable. Like, literally, the most expensive Blumhouse movie I still have seen to this day is, I think, Halloween 2018. Because it was like 40 or 50 million to do, but it grossed like close to freaking 300 million.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, this just makes me think that doing practical effects isn't as expensive as I think it is.
Dude, same. And especially if you're using the Jim Henson Company, I thought the budget would be a lot more.
I know. Like
those people don't come cheap.
I know. Like, I understand that maybe it takes more time than CGI would, but I think you're saving a lot of time on the back end, like post-production.
Mm-hmm. And you're also making fans very happy.
Yeah. Having something that they can, like, physically see, like, you could take to freaking Comic-Cons and shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, you can't freaking beat that. Like, I'd have a hard time not, like, going to a freaking Comic-Con with these outfits there.
Dude, right? Like I was telling Caleb before we started recording that at the Universal Halloween Horror Nights this year, Universal / Blumhouse actually, I don't know how long they're going to have them on for, but they actually have these animatronics on display from the actual movie.
Oh man. That's gonna be sick,
dude. Like literally, I'll send you the video later, but they look freaking amazing. But everyone was commenting on how like Freddy's feet look way too big. That was like the number one comment. Like people were just like, "Oh yeah."
I mean, if
Foxy,
like,
Chica, and Bonnie look great, but Freddy looks his feet look way too big.
I mean, if that's the biggest complaint that you have,
you're
like,
stretching.
I think you're on the right
at
track,
that point, right? Yeah, you're stretching at that point.
Yeah, but gosh, dude, it makes me wish that maybe we got more practical shit in like superhero movies.
Agreed.
Like the more stuff that I see that has more practical stuff, the more I'm impressed with that. And like doing the like kind of making things work side by side, how they did with freaking like Jurassic Park. Like Jurassic Park, they used the prosthetics and then they only used the CGI for like eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Like
it's
make it look freaking real. And then just like throw in like those little CGI things that you just can't get with prosthetics.
Yeah. Like it's kind of me with like the Chucky franchise. Like every single time, like it's just the actual like puppet and they're like controlling him. Literally looks absolutely freaking amazing. I love that practical shit. But when they have to use CGI for certain moments when he's like walking down the stairs or, you know, there's a certain action scene, it loses, I feel its luster because most of the time it looks like shit.
Yep.
And I'm sure you remember freaking in Curse of Chucky when he's walking down that staircase. Oh my God. That CGI is god awful.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
But dude,
but freaking when it's
though.
Just the actual doll, you know, the animatronic doll, he looks freaking great.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny like seeing them like the different versions of moving Chucky that they have, because they have the animatronic that just kind of like barely moves, then they have the CGI Chucky that looks freaking horrible, and then they have the little person dressed as Chucky that looks super freaking cheesy.
Dude, freaking go
might
back
be my favorite Chucky though.
That's fair, because dude, if you go back and watch the original, you're just like, you guys didn't even like try to hide, or you didn't even like try to hide that that's a little person in a costume. Like you didn't. It seems like you didn't even ask them to try to like do movement as a doll. Like,
I think that's why it's my favorite thing, because it's like it's funny. It's like they just blatantly are like, whatever,
dude. Freaking, and I don't know about you, but like when people just say, oh yeah, when it's just Chucky and his like animatronic doll form, he's the scariest. No, when it's an actor in the Chucky costume and the mask that they have to wear, that shit is nightmare fuel. Like go back to some of the stills from the first Child's Play, especially the one where I think he visits John before his voodoo teacher before he kills him. Yeah, when there's like a scene where like it has the actor just sitting on the freaking counter wearing the mask, and I'm just like, that has got to be the scariest Chucky I think I have ever seen, and it's not even freaking Chucky as a doll.
Yep.
Oh
man,
like I was never scared of Chucky as a child. I never have been, but if that was my first introduction to Chucky, yeah, I think I'd be scared as shitless.
Yep. Dude, that just proves you can't beat practical.
No, you can't.
Even if it looks
really
ridiculous, like you cannot beat practical in the really slightest. Can't. And I hope this movie just proves that. Like, just makes it even more of a staple. Like, hey, we want freaking practical shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm pumped. I'm so pumped for this movie.
I am. What are you at after this trailer, ranking wise?
Man, I'm like 9.5.
Same here. Like, I don't know what can push me to a 10, but I don't know if they release another trailer.
What's keeping me from a 10 is, honestly, I think it might be that it's going to streaming. I think that's what's keeping me at a 10, because it puts in that like little glimmer of doubt that maybe this isn't good enough to be in theater.
Yeah. Because I don't get it. Freaking, this is going to theaters and streaming, but freaking The Exorcist movie that Blumhouse is coming out with, like, at the beginning of October, as far as I know, that's just strictly theaters.
Dude, holy ball sack! That movie looks. I don't know if I could ever watch that.
Dude,
that
I'm excited.
Looks so freaking scary.
So freaking, you'll never guess who's directing.
That's the one with the two girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have you seen who's directing that?
No,
it's David Gordon Green, the guy that directed the new Halloween trilogy.
That means it's gonna be good.
Well, at least the first two. I don't know about the third.
Oh man.
But yeah, like that's like I've never been the biggest fan of The Exorcist, but yeah, when I saw that it's David Gordon Green, I'm just like, I kind of have to see it. I really loved what he added to the Halloween franchise, so I kind of want to see what he adds to the Exorcist franchise.
Gosh, dude, what freaking movie did I go to see? It might have been Oppenheimer. I forget which movie I was in, because we haven't done a horror movie in a while. Unless you count freaking Haunted Mansion, which I don't.
I don't either.
Like the last one we did was Evil Dead, but that one was on streaming. So it might have been Oppenheimer that showed the Exorcist trailer, and that shit like rocked me.
Dude, right? Oh shit.
Like I was just sitting there like, don't. Dude, it was I think it was Oppenheimer, because we were hit with the Nun trailer, which dude, I couldn't even like look in the general direction of the screen.
So what you're saying is you want to break down the Nun too? Cool,
dude. No, you can do that one by yourself if you want. I cannot.
Oh, like shit.
When the kid, dude, have you seen the trailer for that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when the kids are walking through, dude. When she's like shining the flashlight, like looking through the room, and like kind of, I hate the freaking Passover, and then coming back to, I hate that. Like, I respect it. I respect the effect. I appreciate the scare, but bro, that made me want to shart in my freaking pants. I'm like, don't. Like, I knew it was coming too, because it like the flashlight just kind of going over, and I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna be in that doorway. She's in the doorway.
Oh shit!
Like, oh no. So yeah, I lost my ever loving mind with that. I'm like, nope. And then I got hit with the haunting one, like the
like the Haunting in Venice.
Yeah, Haunting in Venice. We got hit with that one, and that one was freaking on my no bueno list.
It's just crazy that we go from
by Exorcist.
It's just crazy that we go from the first two films with that detective. I forget how to pronounce his name. Haru Perot.
Yeah.
However you say his
Hercule.
name. Hercule. Thank you, Perot. You get Murder on the Orient Express and then Death on the Nile, which I feel are pretty tame movies. And then they freaking go balls to the wall for the third one. Like straight up horror movie.
It keeps it interesting though.
That's fair. No, that is very fair.
Like
I never saw Death on the Nile, so
yeah, I actually prefer movies like that, where it's like it's kind of how I felt with Knives Out and Glass Onion. It's like same detective, completely different casts, completely different mysteries.
All right. Yeah.
Like I like that a lot. I haven't seen Death on the Nile yet. But I kind of really want to go see Haunting in Venice.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm probably going to be like fetal position in the corner. Just with a shit ton of popcorn that just keeps like popping up.
Dude, that'd probably be me. I don't think I'm gonna see it in theaters, but that'd probably be me with The Nun too, honestly.
Dude,
I didn't do so hot with the first one, so I doubt I'll do good with the second one.
Yeah. No, thanks.
I literally need to watch the first one again because I had a very bad movie theater experience with that one, and I've never looked back at the movie since then. So like I kind of hate that movie. But I'm sure if I rewatched it, like I would think it's not that bad.
Fair.
Yeah. So
9.5 out of 10 for 5 nights.
Yeah. Freaking, I mean, out of all the horror movies coming out for the rest of the year, this is definitely number one for me. Like, definitely at the top of the list.
Easily number one.
I really hope it's done well because, dude, we've been hearing about this movie for freaking years, since like 2015.
Yeah, it's been a really long time.
Yeah, and the fact that it has finally come to fruition, like, I'm stoked. I'm so happy, but I'm scared.
Yeah, same.
So that's it for 4K Spotlight and Through the Wall. So Caleb, what do you say we jump into our headliner of the evening?
I say let's do it.
All right. All right, so before we jump into our breakdown of Nimona, we asked a question of the week. I guess we asked our question of the week on our social media platforms, and we actually got a decent amount of responses, mostly on TikTok. But ain't nothing wrong with that. So we're going to list off our top 5, Caleb?
Yes.
Okay. I'll start, if that's okay. Coming from Tanis Padilla, they said a worm with a machine gun. Oh, you know what? I probably should have. Read off the question first.
Yeah,
I probably should. Yeah, that'd probably be a little helpful, right? Just a little bit. All right. The question that we asked is, what kind of fantasy/mythical creature would you want to be able to turn into? Like I said, Tanis Padilla said a worm with a machine gun. That just sounds badass. So that is a great answer.
It sounds super badass. Shout out to Beth. Beth's not on this one, Sam.
It was so he's talked about doing that for a little bit, just because Beth is his favorite guest star, so he wanted to show Beth some love.
Oh, okay, yeah, got it.
So, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, she hasn't been on this for a few weeks now.
Sorry, DJ. I think he has a favorite when it comes to the Untrained Eye podcast.
Yep.
It's okay, DJ. We still love you. We love you all.
Yep.
We love you both.
Absolutely. So yeah.
We love you, Sam. Sorry,
yeah.
got to put that out.
Yeah, whenever you feel like we're talking about a movie, Sam.
Seriously, please. You know how much freaking fun that would be to have you on? We've already had your daughters. Why not have you on the podcast too?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not calling you out.
I'm calling you out. Rose does not speak for the both of us.
Yeah, he's right. Oh shit. Well, before Sam feels attacked anymore, Caleb, what is your first pick?
All right. My first one is coming from at Galadon9161 over on YouTube, who answered a werewolf or a troll. The first one for its speed and power, the other for its regeneration and strength. Either or.
Hell yeah, those are great choices.
Those are fantastic choices. So yeah, he's my my number one.
Let's see. Sorry. Shit. Okay. Coming from. Do they even have a username? They don't. It's not saying any username. So shout out to the person that has Squirtle with fangs as your profile picture. I don't know who you are. But your comment, Demon from Demon Slayer or Saiyan. I like it. That's
Demon
a good
from
answer.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah. I've never played Demon Slayer, but shit looks freaking cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So okay. My next one is from EM1541, who said a sea serpent.
Ooh, okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, I thought that one would be really cool. Like, kind of going like, I mean, I wouldn't say quite Loch Ness Monster, but kind of going like along those routes. Like, I don't know. I've always liked sea creatures. So like when it comes to like sea snakes, like my favorite like mythological creature has always been the world serpent from Norse mythology.
Okay, cool.
I don't know, like real life snakes, I like make me want to jump up a freaking tree, but I don't know, like something about like I know, but mythological snakes like are freaking dope.
All right, touche. All right, fair enough. I don't know why I was gonna say touche. All right, I like it.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me, coming from Connor Skyloft. Give me a phoenix because I can resurrect. I like it. That's a good answer.
That is a fantastic answer. That's like self-healing and all that other good shit too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jumping back over to YouTube. We got one from BDL Creates 8440, who said, sounds basic, but a griffin. It seems really interesting. And I got to agree there. Griffins are like, in terms of like mythological creatures, griffins are kind of the go-to, like the first thought in your mind creature. But there's a reason for that. It's because they're freaking sick.
That's true.
So yeah, freaking love that idea. And we've had a few people that answered a griffin as well.
I did notice that. My next pick, coming from Talented Failure, trademarked. A cat. I've always felt like I've had cat-like reflexes and behaviors.
Fair.
No, honestly, that's probably what I would answer too, honestly. But for the most part, of just being able to sleep all day. That just sounds heaven.
Yeah. Damn, I've given this some like real thought in terms of like an animal, and honestly, like I don't know like if I'd want to be like a fish, but I do want to be some sort of like aquatic animal.
Okay.
Like one thing that like always kind of intrigues me is things that are underwater.
Okay.
Like I really enjoy scuba diving. I've gone and gotten my certification to do that.
Dude, I didn't know that. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I did it when I was like 12.
Oh, really?
But yeah, we got like a certificate.
Did we even know each other when we were 12?
That's a great question. I am not sure.
Okay, sorry, didn't mean to
But
interrupt.
yeah, it was like during the summer. I was 12 years old. I went and got certified to go scuba diving. And I love that. Like it's fun to do like underwater exploration of like any sort. Like so we went to this one place called the Crater in Utah. I'm not sure exactly where it's located. But it's this place called the Crater. It's like a natural hot spring, and you can go in there and you can dive. It's like 60 feet down that you can travel. And so we traveled down to like the bottom, and me and my dad were just kind of goofing off, and we were like feeling around in the sand down at the bottom, and we found like a bunch of stuff. And like I freaking like love that shit.
Yeah.
Like I
really
love being
cool.
able to like find stuff. So like I'd want the creature that I'd be able to turn into to reflect that. And I'm thinking like dolphin. If a dolphin can be in fresh and salt water, whatever can be in both fresh and salt water, like I think I'd want to be one of those.
Okay. I like it.
But yeah, no cats though.
No. Of course.
Oh shit. All right, my next one, and is this number 4?
Yeah, this is your number 4.
Okay. It's coming from Lit Drago 21, who said Tiamat, the chromatic dragon queen from Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
Yeah, like I forget, like the dragons in Dungeons and Dragons are freaking dope.
Dude,
So
seriously.
yeah, super into that.
All right, number 5 for me would be coming from Amphibia Fan, and they said capybara.
That's a good one. That's that's one of those like freaking cutesy creatures that you can be.
Yeah. So really good answer. I like it.
Yeah. All right, my last one is coming from a Matthew PUBG Gamer 5082, who said an ant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one too. Like it. I mean, if you want to talk freaking exploration, like being able to turn into an ant and like go and explore a freaking ant colony, that'd be sick.
That would be pretty freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so that's why he got my number 5.
I like it. Yeah, thank you everyone who answered our question of the week. If you guys want to know where to find that, you can find it on our Instagram, TikTok, our YouTube. Do we post them on? Do you post them on Facebook or Twitter at all still, or no? Just those 3?
It's mostly just those 3.
Okay.
I haven't found a good way to post to Twitter and Facebook yet, but we barely get any interaction on Facebook. And most of the people that do interact with us on Facebook, I'm looking at you, Nelson family. They also follow us on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. So like they'd be the ones I'd be posting to get the interaction out of, but they could do it on Twitter or on TikTok and Instagram. So no excuses.
Apparently we're out for blood with the Nelson family tonight.
I know. We had a freaking roast Caleb episode. We had a roast Rose episode, and now we're having a roast the Nelsons episode.
Oh, I love it. All right. Anyway, getting into this breakdown of Nimona. Caleb, do you want to let people know how we break down movies on this podcast?
I would love to. If you are new to our breakdown system, we have split movies into 8 different categories that we individually score to come to a final All Bros letter grade. The 8 categories that we score are story, writing, acting, character development. With this one being an animated film instead of effects, we will be discussing the animation. We will be discussing music. Instead of costumes, this is going to be mostly character design. And then we will be giving this a personal score at the very end. All of those numbers get magically added up and spit through our algorithm and gives us a letter grade that we will compare this movie to others of a similar grade, as well as a percentage that's not as important, but it is kind of fun to see where these rank up. So,
and just see how many people we can piss off.
Oh yeah, and we pissed off a significant amount of people last week.
I noticed that.
Yeah, but yeah, all that gets added up gives us a final All Bros letter grade. So, yeah, that is how our system works. Freaking had a brain fart.
Good?
Yep. Okay. If you have not seen Nimona, it is on Netflix right now, which if you support the writer strike, you shouldn't be subscribed to. But if you are, it's on Netflix.
We're definitely not saying you should watch it.
Maybe when Netflix starts negotiating, you can watch it.
When they come to an agreement here, then go and watch Nimona. Let's go with that.
We're such hypocrites.
We really are. But like we see, that's what sucks. Is I feel like a hypocrite, but like I truly believe everything that the writers and actors are fighting for, and I really hope that they get what they deserve.
I do too, dude. It's such a double-edged sword. Like trying to find like how to support, because it's like you want to give the creators of the movie or just the people that worked on these films, you want to give them some sort of praise and recognition for their film.
Yeah. But
on the other side of that coin, you have like the studios that are treating them unfairly.
Yes.
And so it's like the only way to punish or act against those studios that are treating the actors that are creating this content unfairly, the only way to get back at them is to freaking like not subscribe or watch the content that these people have worked so hard to make. Like it freaking blows. Like if you talk about a freaking double-edged sword, this is like a 4-sided sword, and it sucks because it's like this movie like absolutely deserves recognition, but the studio can go suck a dick.
Yeah. That's a perfect way to put it.
So it's just so we are only looking at this through the lens of it as content and not it as content on a streaming service, if we can possibly do that, as hypocritical as that might make us. So please don't judge us too harshly.
And please don't cancel us.
Yeah. So, like we said, if you have not seen Nimona, go check it out through whatever means you can. And then come back and check out this breakdown. But if you have not seen it and want to listen past this point, we are going to be spoiling this entire movie. So if you listen past this point, it is your own damn fault.
Yes, what he said.
So without further ado, let's get into our favorite segment that we like to call Reading with Rose.
All right, I got this. In a medieval futuristic kingdom, the citizens are protected by the Institute of Elite Knights, established by the legendary heroine Glorith, who, Wow. 1,000 years ago, vanquished a great black monster and enclosed the kingdom with a high wall for its protection. Ballister Boltheart, along with his confidant and boyfriend Ambrosius Goldenloin? That's how you say it? I hope so. Okay. Is about to be knighted, with Ballister being the first commoner to achieve this, as Queen Valerian is trying to change traditions so that anyone can be a hero. During the ceremony, Valerian is murdered by a mysterious laser shot from Ballister's sword. Ambrosius tries to stop this by cutting off Ballister's right arm, and he is hunted by the Institute and its director. As Ballister hides and crafts a prosthetic replacement arm, he is visited by Nimona, a mysterious teenager shapeshifter who has faced persecution for her powers. Seeing a villainous spirit in Ballister, as he is facing similar treatment for his commoner origin and the murder of the queen, Nimona hires herself as his new sidekick. To clear Ballister's name, the duo kidnaps Diego, the squire who gave him the murder weapon. Diego gives them video evidence revealing that the director is the murderer. The duo confronts Ambrosius and the director with the evidence, but it is destroyed in a sudden fight with the Institute's knights. After reconvening, Ballister and Nimona return to the Institute and trick the director by having Nimona impersonate Ambrosius. That's the end of the sentence, Jonathan. Wow. Dude, okay, speaking of this scene.
Did you catch the note from Sam?
No, I didn't see it.
Spoiling the movie and spoiling the English language.
That's perfect. I don't know about you, Caleb, but so I didn't catch on that it was supposed to be Nimona doing freaking shit. I already forgot his name. What the hell is his name? Ambrosius. I didn't know that it was her pretending to be him, and so like I thought this shit was like real, that like they were actually having like a full on like not a moment, but it was like super serious when she freaking like stabs him, and my freaking jaw dropped. I'm like, holy shit, what? And then freaking you see him like like dying stupidly. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You're ruining this like great character moment with this stupid death. But then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. It's Nimona, isn't it? It's Nimona. And then she transforms back. I'm like, God damn it, you son of a bitches.
Well done, Jumpy Pants.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
Dude,
hey, if you ever come on,
thought the exact...
you get sorry, go.
Huh?
No, I was gonna say, if Sam, if you ever come on, you got to explain why that's my nickname to you. So
yeah, but no, getting back to that scene, dude, I thought the same thing for like a long time, like a lot longer than I probably should have. But I was sitting there like, dude, why are they freaking spoiling this freaking dramatic moment?
Dude, this is like the Dark Knight Rises all over again.
And then it took me a second, and I was like, ding, like, oh, this is Nimona.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, well, usually she has a freaking giveaway, like
that's
some
true.
sort of trait. Like when she turned into Ballister had like the red streak in his hair.
That's true. Yeah. So where the hell was that? Or was like any sign of, was it red or pink? I can't remember.
It's kind of a bit of both,
like a mix of both. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, where the hell was that?
Yeah,
like,
no,
if that's the
clue.
case, if there has to be a sign on Ballister, there has to be a sign on God damn it, I already forgot his name.
Ambrosius.
Ambrosius, thank you. Sorry, these names are just very
medieval.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a hard time remembering these.
Yeah, I already have the freaking IMDb open.
I love it.
But yeah, totally tracks, dude.
Yeah.
That is something I'm wondering if maybe that's like something I missed. Like maybe there was like some sort of giveaway, but the way that they pulled that scene off though was fantastic.
Absolutely. That was so freaking good.
Yeah. Like, oh man. Wait, so was that it or
no, that's not it. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
I just want to see if you were the same way.
Yeah, it like my initial watch, because I rewatched this one today. But yeah, my first watch, I was like, what the shit? Like, oh damn, like this movie's getting freaking nuts. Yeah, and it didn't end up going that way. And then when it finally like revealed, and then the real Ambrosius comes like boom, like in the door, he's like, we need to talk, and the director's just like yells in his face, and he's like,
bad time.
The hell was that?
Okay.
So yeah, the friggin' fantastically written scene right there.
Yeah. Excuse me. All right, so like I said, after reconvening, Ballister and Nimona return to the Institute and trick the director by having Nimona impersonate Ambrosius. The director admits the truth of her actions as she objected to the Queen revising tradition by allowing commoners to become knights, fearing that doing so would lead to the kingdom's downfall. Ballister records her confession and posts it online, leading to public outcry. The director, recognizing Nimona's powers, discovers through ancient scrolls that Nimona is the great black monster defeated by Glorith. She uses this to convince the public that Ballister used Nimona's powers to fake the confession, while also stating that Nimona could be impersonating anyone, leading to distrust among the citizens. Ambrosius meets with Ballister and reveals Nimona's past, insisting that the two were deceived by her. Shocked by the revelation, Ballister argues with Nimona and questions their friendship. Feeling betrayed, Nimona flees into the woods. Stopping at an old abandoned well, Nimona reminisces about her past. 1,000 years ago, she wandered the world and turned into other animals to try and fit in with the wildlife, but none of the creatures she encountered accepted her. One day, she encountered Glorith as a child by the well and turned into a human for the first time. After seeing Nimona, Glorith immediately welcomed her, and the two became best friends, even after Glorith discovered Nimona's powers. Eventually, the rest of Glorith's village discovered Nimona and quickly accused her of being a monster. While attacking Nimona with pitchforks and torches, the village was accidentally set on fire. Instead of defending her friend, a confused Glorith turned on Nimona after her parents called Nimona a monster, having been raised to believe that anything called a monster was bad. With Ballister's abandonment and Glorith's betrayal echoing in her head, a distraught Nimona breaks down and transforms into the great black monster. She then attacks the city, intending to commit suicide by impaling herself on the sword of Glorith's statue. However, before Nimona is about to pierce her own heart, Ballister stops her and apologizes to her, causing Nimona to change back to human form as they embrace and make amends, while the whole kingdom watches and are touched by it. Meanwhile, the director, unmoved, orders a laser cannon to be fired from the wall to kill Nimona. Ambrosius protests, knowing that firing the laser into the city will kill innocent civilians. The director then turns on them using the same laser she used to kill the queen and prepares to fire the cannon herself. To save the kingdom, Nimona assumes a giant red phoenix-like form and flies into the cannon, resulting in her death as well as the death of the director. The resulting explosion destroys part of the wall, revealing a beautiful mountainous valley behind it.
Mountainous,
god damn it. The English language, what's that? That's my question. Something that you were taught from childbirth, Jonathan, you dumbass. Anyway, sometime later, the kingdom undergoes several changes. The breach in the wall has become a trade road. Nimona and Ballister are honored as heroes, and Ballister restores his relationship with Ambrosius. Ballister visits his old hideout. He hears Nimona's voice and joyfully realizes that she has been resurrected.
Hell yeah. Bro, I didn't have like too high of hopes coming into this movie. Like initially, like I turned it on just because it was something like I'd seen trailers for a little bit. Like I'd seen little clips and bits on TikTok and Instagram, and like it looked okay, like good enough. But my expectations going in were pretty low, and so when I like finally finished this movie, it was freaking beautiful, dude.
It really was. Like honestly, up until you told me like, oh hey, let's break this down. I had not seen one trailer, one poster, nothing for this. And even after you said, oh, hey, let's do it, I still didn't watch a trailer, nothing. So I went into this movie completely blind, and I am honestly so glad I did, because holy shit, this movie was great.
Man, it was so well done. Like, just kind of getting right into it with the story. I felt like they did such a good job at, making Ballister the like a sympathetic character. Like, I know that we're supposed to be like he's supposed to be, because he's the protagonist and everything, but I think they did so well at like introducing his character and how he was basically giving us like a brief history lesson on who he is, and then making him like showing his humility when he's like sitting there like kind of worried about how the kingdom is going to accept him when he becomes a hero of the realm and everything, and how that's immediately just like ripped from him when his sword like kills the queen, and how like he's being hunted, and how quick the realm was turned on him and like accepted him as a villain. And like it was heartbreaking. Like, even like though we weren't like super invested into who this character was, I think they wrote it well enough where it's like they gave us that thing to cling on to, that, oh, he's a good person, kind of gave us this love story to hold on to that's obviously was challenged throughout this movie and everything. But yeah, like I think they did all of these parts like so well.
Dude, no, they really did. Like, yeah, like right before or no, right after he gets knighted by the queen. And I don't know about you, but like when there was just like silence for like 5 seconds, I'm just like, screw you people, y'all are freaking assholes for not giving him a round of applause. And then finally it picked up, and I was like, finally, it's about damn time, guy deserves it. But yeah, no, yeah, I absolutely agree with you what you said. The character arc that he, I mean, get more into this character development, but just like, yeah, how fast the town just turns on him, and then freaking how Nimona is introduced to him, which like her introduction is so sudden. Like all of a sudden you have this kid just like, hey, I'm here for the freaking job opportunity, I'm here to be your sidekick. And then literally it's just like freaking like her character like is like not I'm trying to explain her character. Like I feel up until the end we don't really get a moment to breathe with Nimona's character. It's just like freaking like go with how crazy she is. But I absolutely freaking loved that. Like there were so many moments throughout the movie that like she would have like such like good like one-liners, or her what she did was like so like such a good character moment, shit like that. I'm just like, God, I love her even more. I caught myself saying that out loud.
Yeah, dude. Like, she's a character that could have easily been like really off-putting or annoying, but she had such a charm about her. It was hard not to like her.
Dude, right? Like seriously. Like like her, whenever like they would go on their next like mission, she's like, okay, now we get to be villains, like we get to like, you know, punch stuff, destroy stuff. And he's just like, no, that's not the plan. We're doing this, we're gonna be the good guys here, we're trying to prove my innocence. She's like, oh well, you're no fun, come on. Freaking I loved that shit so much. It was so good.
I know, dude. She talks so quick. Like she has a lot of lines that it's like if you blink, you'll miss them.
Dude, seriously, like, I don't know how people watch this movie without having subtitles on.
I know, dude. Easily, my favorite line is when she's talking about how badass Ballister's prosthetic arm is, and she's like, "Whoa, cool arm!" Like, hey, when they cut it off, did it bleed a lot? And then she like goes reverse cross-eyed, like, did they let you keep the old one? Like those moments made me laugh so freaking hard.
Yeah.
Like when it's always when her eyes did like crazy shit that I was like, yes,
Dude,
I'm here for it.
Yeah, that shit was so good.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts. My other part was when they had the squire and she like turned back into the little kid, like, I'm sorry for kidnapping you, mister. And then he's like getting out, or am I? Freaking, that shit was wild.
Dude.
And I loved every second of it.
Oh man, so freaking good.
Oh man. Like so good. So freaking good. But yeah, like this story had like a really good flow about it. And like even the emotional bits, dude.
Yeah.
Like those freaking hit hard. Like what I really appreciate about this is I mean, for those of you wondering, this is a very LGBT positive movie because the main character Ballister and Ambrosius, who are both male knights, they have a relationship, and it doesn't seem like anyone has like a problem with that.
No,
so, like
that's what I see. Like these kind of LGBTQ love stories, I love because it doesn't. I mean, like I love stories that just strictly focus on it. But like with these kind of movies and stories where they want to showcase the gay love stories, but they don't want it to fully focus on that. They don't want to take it. They don't want that. They don't want it to take away from the story that they're trying to tell. So I love that at the beginning, they do like the subtle nods to, oh yeah, they are lovers. Cause like there was a part at the beginning, I'm just like, oh my God, are they boyfriends? I was getting freaking excited. I loved it. Throughout when, I'm gonna butcher Balthazar? Ballister. Balthazar. Where the hell is that's from something else.
That is from something else. I can't recall off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's like a bad guy.
I think so. But yeah, Ballister, throughout the movie, him trying to prove his innocence, but also the trying to showcase, his love of his life. I'm sorry, I keep butchering these names. Ambrosius, that they can still trust each other, that he was innocent, all this stuff, and the ups and downs that you get with their love story is really good here, but it definitely it adds to the story. It doesn't take away from the story that they're trying to tell with Nimona and Ballister. I keep forgetting these names because I feel at the end of the day, this movie, it's Ballister and Nimona's movie. I wouldn't say it's like one or the other movie, because I feel like both of them have such great moments to shine throughout that I didn't catch myself in, oh, this is Nimona's movie, really, this is Ballister's movie. I guess if you want to make it if you really want to try to say I would say it's Nimona's movie. But to me, I feel it's both of theirs.
It very much is. They are very much like a strong unit.
Yes.
In this film. Dude, one of the things that I really liked, and this can kind of be said about a lot of movies, it's just when they're trying to touch on the subject of anything like that's prominent in our real world, like talking about like the LGBT style stuff, that stuff can, I won't say like often, but it can come off as like heavy-handed in certain instances. But what I liked about this is that it's kind of like the indirect way that they dealt with this.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like in this story, in this world, no one had an issue with that. Like I don't think that was an issue that anyone like had.
Yeah.
But the issue that everyone had was with people or monsters that they viewed as different or kind of dangerous to their society. And then you have Ballister, who is someone that was born and raised in this society, coming across someone that is quote unquote a monster, and having like kind of realizing that she's not really bad. She's not evil like he's been told all his life.
Yes.
And kind of like forming his own acceptance and trying to get other people to accept this as well. And then on the other hand, you have the director who has seen something new or that she views as dangerous being introduced into her world, and taking the steps to like basically get like destroy it. Like, I mean, she even talked about it with Ambrosius, talking about like, do you know what's on the other side of the wall? Like, of course, no one does. Like, it's because like out there, like it's the unknown, and that like she's had this nightmare since was a child of this crack in the wall that she's trying to point out to people, but no one's listening. And then eventually the wall comes down and all of these dangerous things come in. And like, if you kind of like flip and turn that a little bit, like she sees this crack in the wall, which is Ballister, a commoner, becoming a hero of the realm. And then there's a monster that is inside their gates, and she's viewing this as like the wall crumbling. And in her mind, the wall crumbling is the equivalent of monsters getting in. So using like the direct comparison, monsters being someone different than them. So like the people, or just like the society, like they'd be in the world changing society and blah blah blah. And so you can like easily make that tweak to make this like, oh yeah, this is like a straight up like LGBT acceptance story. Like if you view the monsters being people within that community, or people that have those or who live that life, and the like normal society being like, I guess, the straight people. Like you can make those tweaks to this story to make it kind of apply to that situation. And that's something that I really liked. Like I love the indirect way that they dealt with those stories, and how even with Glorith, she was like, I wonder if I wish they would have addressed this, if Nimona and Glorith had an altercation when she was older, or if that was the altercation that was just like became like an idolization, because that was what was put on that scroll. Like that moment was where Glorith was standing with her sword at like to Nimona, and like they saw it was this little girl who transformed into like this big black creature trying to save, or trying to like basically save herself. And then basically like it was what that scene was in that scroll was taken completely out of context, and it wasn't like some grand hero that struck down the mighty monster. This was a little girl that had this ideology pushed on her like all her life, and just kind of took it and ran with it, despite knowing who Nimona is and knowing her like intentions, I would say. Like she just sees like her parents who had told her like, oh, like you, like that's a monster, and like, oh, monsters are bad, you have to like stand up against monsters. And then like she takes her sword and says her iconic line, and obviously it was like something that was freaking turned into a crazy deal. But like their whole society was built on this misunderstanding. And it, like I said, it turns into like a crazy freaking story. Like when you think about it, like it's insane how deep this story gets. So I freaking loved this story. Like, and even how even with like when Nimona turned into the big giant monster, right? She was the one getting attacked. She wasn't attacking anyone. Like, if you notice, she was just walking toward, like, she wasn't causing any sort of crazy destruction. She was just in a state of emotional distress getting attacked.
Yep.
Like, and it took me a minute to realize, like, oh, like this is crazy. Like, she's going through attacking. No, she's walking to her death is what she's doing. Like, she's not attacking. The reason there's so much destruction is because people are freaking attacking her. And you see that, like, really distinctively in the scene where she's walking across the bridge. Like, she's like struggling to stay up and stuff. Like you can tell it's like she's not meaning to cause destruction. If anyone's causing destruction, it's these freaking knights.
Yeah.
So yeah, I freaking love everything that they did with this. It was so well done.
It really was.
It keeps you intrigued from beginning to end. Gosh, I mean, it only been like a few weeks since I seen Nimona, and I still enjoyed the second watch just as much as I did the first. Like, the only thing that I feel was like I didn't care for, or I wouldn't even say I didn't care for it. It's just not like scenes that maybe didn't hit as hard because I knew what the twists were. With that scene with Ambrosius and the director going to kill him and everything, and I'm like, whoa! But it ends up being Nimona and wild.
Yeah.
Dude, and what a shitty plan of only like recording the director. You couldn't have recorded that. Oh, it was like she was like wasn't the shapeshifter. Like, you couldn't have gotten like a pan out or anything. Like,
dude, right? Seriously.
Like, I feel like there were some angles that you could have shot that would have proven that it was the freaking director.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I absolutely agree.
So, yeah, just like minor gripe there, but I love this story. I thought it was really well told. One of the better stories like this that I've seen.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I know I kind of went on a crazy rant there.
No,
but
you're good, man. I love it.
So where are you sitting with story?
Just because it was so freaking good. I'm at like a 92.
That is actually exactly where I was thinking too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on over to writing.
I gotta point out one of the most strongest and like gut punching quotes that Nimona says in it, when she says, and I'm the monster. I don't know what's scarier, the fact that everyone in this kingdom wants to run a sword through my heart, or that sometimes I just want to let them.
Oh man, dude, talk about a freaking gut punch,
right?
Like, hell.
Oh god damn, that is freaking fantastic writing. The whole movie is fantastic writing.
Yeah. Dude, like, the humor in this was on point, and then the emotional scenes were too. Yeah. Like, everything freaking hit exactly as it should. Like, Nimona's humor was like perfection. Mm-hmm. I loved how Ballister was like the kind of the straight guy here, and just kind of playing that role, like just kind of being taken along for the ride in some instances. But yeah, Nimona was so freaking well done. Like, I loved when she was just talking about going to get the squire, and she's like, yeah, let's go kill the get him. I said get him.
What is it she says when the squire starts making noise from the trunk? He's just like, oh, hey, you guys are having such a tender moment, but hey, I want out of here. She's just like, oh yes, the freaking what is it? She's like, oh yes, the prisoner. We're gonna kill him. I mean, question him. No, we're gonna kill. Like, I forget what she keeps going back on. Is it something along those lines?
Because she has like a full rhyme.
Right? Yeah, I just can't remember it.
I'm gonna see if it's in the IMDb quotes,
because I tried to find it. like that quote that I read. I tried to find that on IMDb, and for some reason it's not included in their quotes. I literally just had to search Nimona quote monster, and bam, popped right up. That's what it is.
She calls him the punk in the trunk. And then she says, let's go dunk on the punk in the trunk.
That's what it is. Oh.
Gosh, why was it so hard to find something that rhymed with dunk? Dude, but there was so many freaking lines that were freaking rock solid in this.
Dude, like piggybacking off the line that I said, I forgot that she starts with this. Little kids, they grow up believing that they can be a hero if they drive a sword into the heart of anything different, and I'm the monster.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man,
it's so like, oh man, the writing is so freaking good here. God damn,
man. Dude, like I'm thinking of like all of these like little lines, like when Ballister and Ambrosius are fighting, and Ambrosius says, like, basically calls Nimona a monster, and he's like, or Ballister's like, don't call her that. She's smart, kind, and quite sophisticated. And then Nimona's like in the background, this guy peed his armor.
So good.
Or just like, what was their thing? There's something, we win. Oh man. Let's see. Oh gosh, there was another one in here that was freaking like rock solid. Oh, the freaking like, oh, he chopped off your arm. Arm chopping's not a love language.
That's a good one too.
Dude, one of the other things that I really liked too was when Nimona was doing the distraction and like pretending to be Ballister, and so Ambrosius is watching the security feed and like hears him say something about jazz and like runs off, and he's like, that's weird. He hates freestyle jazz.
I remember that.
And like, oh man, dude, like the humor here was super on point.
It really was, and the serious points were on point. All the right,
yeah, and like the shift between them felt so natural too.
Dude, it seriously did. Like honestly, like the quotes that Nimona has, like especially like the one that I read, I feel like that you can relate that to. Honestly, I feel this society so much right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's insane, and that it just makes it so much more powerful and even better of a line. So like I don't know about you, man, but like I'm actually higher on writing than I was with story.
I am too. How much higher though?
I'm gonna go 2 points. I'm gonna go a 94.
I might be a hair lower. I'm sitting at like a 93.
That's fair. It's just that one quote from Nimona. That's just what really boosted me up, because it hit so freaking hard.
Yeah, it absolutely did. So I completely understand where you're coming from there. All right, moving on over to acting. Let's check out this cast. All right, first we have Riz Ahmed, who was the voice for Ballister Boldheart. Then we have Chloe Grace Moretz, who was the voice for Nimona.
Bro, I had no idea that she was the voice. I could not catch on to it. When I saw the credits, I'm like, no shit, it was her. No wonder it was so freaking good.
Yeah, dude. This was one I had a hard time hearing her.
Right?
Like not literally being able to hear her. It's like being able to like distinguish the actress, because like I would say in most of her other stuff, like she kind of has she's usually a lot more like soft spoken, so she's not really like as animated as she usually is.
Yeah, like I don't know about
or
you, but like
not
in
animated, but
like
yeah.
but like in the because she plays Wednesday in the two Addams Family movies that recently came out, and like honestly, even if I didn't know that she was Wednesday, I could still tell that it was her. Like I don't know, like the way that she sounds in that one, you can definitely tell that it's still Chloe Grace Moretz. This one, even if I knew that it was Chloe Grace Moretz, even before going into this, I still would have completely forgotten that it was her. Like
Yeah.
like this is not only her best voice work, but this is one of her best acting roles in general. Like she was absolutely incredible in this movie.
Bro, I'll give you that all freaking day. I thought she was incredible in this. Like so well done, so well spoken too. Like I think where she kind like I'll say this. Anytime I've heard her talk, she kind of has like a slight I wouldn't even say it's not like a lisp. Like it's kind of like if she whenever she talks or has like the S sounds or something, or just like finishes like I don't know, finishes a word, it's like there's kind of a sh sound at the end of it.
That's a good point.
Like I don't know how like the verbiage for that. Like
Yeah.
what like it's just that's kind of what is like her giveaway when she talks. There's just like some sort of like it's the way that there's just something about the way she speaks that's very distinct, and somehow she was able to like throw her voice completely out of that.
Yeah, seriously.
And so like it still had the tone, vocal range was the same and everything. It's just somehow she was able to throw a bit more oomph into her voice than she usually is. So yeah, next we got Eugene Lee Yang, who played Ambrosius Goldenloin, which most people would recognize him from the Try Guys.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a thing on YouTube. I thought you might know it.
Oh, nope.
Guess not. All right. Next we got Frances Conroy, who voiced the director. Super intimidating voice.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Yeah, so well done. Beck Bennett, I felt like we should include him. He played Thaddeus Sherblade. He was like the super punchable guy.
I love how you put that. That's great.
Yeah, and then Julio Torres, who played Diego the Squire.
I love it.
Yeah, dude, I loved the hints that we got at the beginning of this film as to like the suspicious shit that was going to happen. Like, did you catch any of the things?
I don't think I did, honestly. But like,
so
I'm really bad at that kind of stuff.
Okay, so if you go back and rewatch this, like right before, this dude, like the Squire, is handing out all the swords to everyone. When he gives the sword to Ballister like is sitting there. He like is holding his sword like sideways and like feeling it, and he's like looking at it, like basically like analyzing it. Like really hard, because it's like he senses that there's something wrong with it. Like it's different from his normal sword, because it's like the sword that he's been training with, and so it's like, yeah, like he was handed this other sword that looks identical but like feels off, and so he's like kind of sitting there like, what the hell? And so the Squire is trying to get his attention, like, Ballister, I need to show you, like, talk to you, show you something, blah blah blah. But he like gets shooed away by the presence of the director. If you like look at what he's trying to do, he has the video on his phone.
Really? Yeah, I did not pick up on that at all.
Yeah, it's so quick, and I only recognized it because I knew what was coming. But yeah, it was like he was holding his phone, like wanting to show Ballister something, but then the director came in and he like freaked out and ran off. And like he even says, like, I was trying to show you, like, I was trying to like this, that, or the other, like I was trying to like was saying that he was trying to show him before, and I was like, okay, like he didn't try all that hard, and then I like upon this rewatch, I was like, oh, he did. Like, and we get to see that too. It's just one of those things that's so quick you'll miss it.
Yeah. Damn, I honestly regret watching this movie like literally hours before we started this episode. Damn, I should have watched it yesterday and watched it again today. Damn.
Yeah, it's a good little detail, and it's just one of those things that I feel like bumps this movie up a ton.
Fair.
So what's your top 3 look like in terms of like the cast?
Let's see. Number 3, I'm going to I think number 3 I'm going to give to Beck Bennett. Just because I loved how much of a freaking asshole he was. But in a way he was kind of a lovable asshole, I guess, in my opinion. Like I didn't like hate him. But for the most part he was just such a dick, but he came across in such I don't even want to say a likable way, but just I don't know. I just loved his performance, and I had a really good time watching him whenever he was on screen.
Fair.
Number 2, I would give to Riz Ahmed, who played Ballister Bolthart. Fantastic performance. He was freaking great. Loved him so much in this. I mean, Riz Ahmed is just a great actor in general. So, and is this his first voice acting role? Do you know by chance? Like one of his few?
I was actually just going to look up his IMDb really quick.
Because the only movies that I know him from are Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and then also Nightcrawler, with Jake Gyllenhaal, which that's probably
he was in Venom.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, shit. Yeah, he was the main antagonist. I forgot about that.
Yeah. From what I can see, it looks like this was his first voice role.
Okay, he needs to do more because he's really good at this.
He's fantastic at it.
Yeah.
He has a great voice.
He does. Like seriously. So yeah, this guy needs to do more stuff. I really hope that this movie is successful on Netflix, and that it gets him more roles. Because I swear I heard, I don't know if it's true, that like there was one studio that like originally had the rights to this movie, and it was like so close to being done, but then I guess they decided to cancel the project because they didn't think it was going to do well or something. But then Netflix picked it up, gave the creators the money to finish the movie, and just took over the rights for it. And I'm glad they did. And like honestly, anyone correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's according to the freaking bugs, man. According to the Wikipedia page, which obviously it's Wikipedia, take it with a grain of salt. That is kind of what happened. It was supposed to come out originally, and it was like it had promotional stuff and everything for it in 2020.
Oh shit! Okay,
but it was early 2022. Like I want to say February, March was like the date that they were shooting for, but I think with the pandemic and everything, it just kind of got scrapped, thrown on the wayside for forever, and then Netflix finally picked it up.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I think they went to Blue Sky to finish everything up.
Yeah, Blue Sky.
They did the Peanuts movie.
Yeah, but as far as I know, the last movie Blue Sky ever did was Spies in Disguise, because Disney shut them down shortly after that.
Well, this was like during the Disney or the Disney Fox acquisition.
Oh well, okay, so then they were still their own thing.
Yeah. So let me see what the production says on this. All right. So it says in June 2015. 20th Century Fox Animation acquired the rights for an animated feature film of Nimona. This film was produced by Fox's former subsidiary, Blue Sky Studios, alongside Vertigo Entertainment. June 2017, Fox scheduled Nimona to be released on February 14th, 2020. In March of 2019, Disney completed its acquisition of Fox, Then in May 2019, the film was delayed to March 5th, 2021. In November of 2019, the film was delayed again to January 14th, 2022. Through 2020, there was a word that the film would be released in 2022. Stevenson stated in June 2020 that the film was still happening and said the same in an August 2020 podcast. In August of the same year, Den of Geek reported that the animated film was still scheduled to be released in 2022, but gave no further details. Osborne would depart the film by March 2020, and after his departure, Nick Bruno and Troy Quane were brought on in to work on the story after directing Blue Sky's previous film, Spies in Disguise. Production would be done remotely during the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's see. On April 11th, 2022, it was announced that Annapurna Pictures had picked up Nimona earlier in the year and would be releasing it on Netflix in 2023. The voice cast was retained. Let's see. Bruno and Quane were officially announced as replacements for Osborne as the new directors of the film. Bruno and Quane were heavily involved in the film prior to Blue Sky's shutdown, acting as directors, according to a Blue Sky staffer. In December 2022, it emerged that the film would serve as the first release of Annapurna's new division, Annapurna Animation. And then it announced like a bunch of the other stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, it was originally supposed to be released on February 14th of 2020, but didn't end up getting released until June of this year.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so this kind of has a wild story behind
Seriously, like goddamn. I'm glad it finally got it released. I'm very glad about that.
Dude, I am too. I'm so glad that this got a freaking release. But yeah, this is a graphic novel, or it's based off a graphic novel.
So after watching this movie, would you read it?
I would absolutely read it.
Same here.
Like, it's kind of like if you look at the art style, like it's very different from what you'd see anywhere else.
Yeah,
like it has a really cool, distinct art style about it, and I love stuff like that. But yeah, like super cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know how we got like that's off
I forget what I asked.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, like I said, number 2, Riz Ahmed, fantastic job. But number 1, I got to give to Chloe Grace Moretz, Nimona, fantastic. Like you said, this is one of her best performances in her career, I feel, not just in voice acting, but just performances in general. She was absolutely incredible in this film. I didn't even know it was her until the credits started rolling. Yeah, I just can't say enough good about her. She was absolutely fantastic. So
totally
that's my top
agree
3.
with you there. Yeah. Honestly, my top 2 are the same as you. The only one that I would change is I would make my number 3 Eugene Lee Yang, who played Ambrosius.
That's fair.
I felt like, and this might just be because I know who Eugene Lee is. He's usually like a very hyperactive character.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure how well of a job he would do being like in voice acting, but I think he did a very like subtle but like powerful performance. And honestly, I feel like it worked a lot better than a lot of other characters in this film.
That's fair.
I will say I do have some minor complaints about the director, Francis Conroy. Nothing too horrible or anything. I'm thinking maybe it's just being a little over the top.
Okay,
but
that's fair.
I think he did a very good job at having a very grounded performance.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, but other than that, totally agree with what you said about Riz and Chloe. So yeah, I freaking love them, love their performance. Like, there's nothing to dislike about it,
right?
as far as I'm concerned.
Agreed. What would you give acting though, when all put together?
I am personally still sitting in the 90s. I might be sitting at like a very solid 90.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been in pretty close agreement with this one. All right, next up we got character development.
Did you do this on Nimona or oh my god, I forgot his name again.
Ballister,
thank you.
I think I did do it on Nimona. Like, rewatching it, like, I was thinking maybe doing it with Ballister, but Ballister kind of remains that like firm and stoic character.
He does.
Like, he changes his ideals a little bit, especially when he finds out that the director is involved. He's still trying to protect the institution, and everything. Like, he's trying to protect innocence, and he's not like he's only wanting to put the guilty away, and the guilty meaning like the director.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, he doesn't really change too much. I think he does get a little bit more like loose and free.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah. But I think out of everyone, I think Nimona has the most, like, the better character arc.
Dude, I absolutely agree. Honestly, just seeing everything that she went through in this movie, from being able to finding oh my god, I forgot his name again.
Ballister.
God, how do I keep forgetting this? For finding Ballister, getting to know him, or seeing him as what she thinks is that he's a villain, and so that's why she's attracted to him. And, just seeing how that all plays out, and she finally finds someone that she can trust again after what happened to her in her past. But then even he questions her motives, and everything after what he's told. And just especially like the last 20 minutes of this movie, where you straight up see her walking down this town on her way to commit suicide, while everyone's attacking her. Yes, she's in her monster form, but she's literally doing nothing, not one thing to this town. But they're all attacking her, calling her a monster, just saying that she's nothing, and it's just pushing her even more to say, okay, you know what? Then fine, I'm going to finally admit to you people that I am the monster, and I'm gonna let you drive the sword into me. And it's just and of course, thankfully, she stopped. And she sacrifices herself, but it turns out, she gets reincarnated. I think it's such a great character development throughout, and you really feel for her through all of her emotional moments, through all of her happy moments. I don't know. To me, it's like one of the better character developments in animated films I've seen in a good long while.
Yeah, it's good. I think if I had any complaint about this arc, is that it happens really late into the movie.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, it's a good arc. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just, you don't see any like development or headed towards development until the end. Like, once I think it starts like once she's driven from Ballister.
Yeah.
And that's runs true. And goes and confronts her past. So I think, like I said, if there's any complaint, it's that. But I will put this on like the higher end of character arcs. Where are you sitting?
I don't think I made 90s for this, because I definitely agree with what you're saying. Yeah, but like I'm definitely not either. I'm definitely not like low 80s. So like I'd probably say an 86.
Gosh damn, that is exactly what I put too. Dude, I even like
dude, I love
anytime I do this, like anytime like I say like ask you what your score is, I usually have mine typed in.
Dude, that's
and yeah, so
that's
I
awesome.
had an 86 as well.
Dude, that's so cool.
All right, next up we got the animation or effects or whatever you want to call it. But this is animated movie. This is so we'll be talking about the animation,
bro. Beautiful, absolutely
freaking stunning.
Yes, so freaking good. Like no, not I'm not even gonna say that. I was gonna say like it took me a minute to get used to the animation, but no, it didn't. It was great from the start. I completely got it from the very very beginning. I'm not gonna freaking dock the animation in this. Like honestly, I had like no problems whatsoever with this animation. It was absolutely fantastic.
Dude, I'm the same. Like I was actually surprised to see that this wasn't done under like DreamWorks at all, because it kind of has a real DreamWorks vibe.
It did. Like honestly, yeah. Now that you say that.
Yeah, it kind of had a if I'm comparing this to anything, it kind of had a like a Puss in Boots meets the Bad Guys.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, but it's still like stylized in such a way that like was very pleasing to the eye.
Yes, absolutely. So freaking good.
Like fantastic. Honestly, I am going to dock for wait, is that character design?
I will admit, like, cause we gave Spider-Verse 100, right?
Yes.
See, I don't think I can get to 100, but it is such high 90s though.
Yeah, I don't know if I've cracked 100, and the reason is because, gosh, okay, I was going. Shit. Okay.
Are you okay?
No, this is where like animated movies get really difficult to do between like the animation and the character design. Fair. Because it's like the character design is I'm looking at like how like the characters look. Yeah. But it's also like this is weird because my complaint that I'm going to bring up is about how the characters look. But it's not like in turn like tuned into like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm just gonna freaking say it. They have a very Pixar look about them, and I feel like people can get more creative than that. And so that's my only complaint with the animation.
I wouldn't say I don't know. To me, it's not Pixar. Just because Pixar is
their stationary faces are Pixar.
Okay, that's fair.
So like when they're not showing, like it's when they're showing emotion that their faces get a little bit more like unique.
All right, that's fair. Okay, I see where you're coming from here.
Yeah, so I am going to have to dock for that, but not much.
Okay,
like that dropped me down to like a 98.
God damn it, dude! That's exactly what. Son of a bitch. I can't go any lower than that. Like, it doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, freaking, like, I know. God
damn it.
So, yeah, that's my only complaint. And the only reason I'm not throwing that into costumes is because I don't think that has any real effect on, like, how the character design is.
All right, that's fair.
Like, it's kind of like, I don't know, like, character design, it's like, for what it is, how it looks, like, is this how, like, does this stand out above everything else? Where when we're talking about animation, I'm talking about like the stylization, the just like how everything looks. Does it have like a unique vibe about it? Like it's all of that. And so it's kind of like it could easily fit into either or, but I'm taking it out on effects.
No, dude. Completely
or animation, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got music.
I feel that this is like, don't get me wrong, it's a decent soundtrack, but like nothing really stood out to me that much. So if like there's one category that I'm not like super high on, it would probably be this one.
I agree with you on that. I'm not super high here.
Like I'd put it at a 7 personally.
Honestly, I can too. I was sitting at like maybe a 6.5, but I can definitely put you at 7.
Okay.
I do think that there was like, at least that, like their combat songs were pretty good little bangers.
Yeah, those were good.
All right. Next up, we got character design. So this is kind of like the characters' outfits and anything else that you want to talk about in terms of like how the characters look.
I feel like most of like the other characters besides Nimona are kind of not like basic, but like definitely screams this time period. Like even Ballister. But I feel Nimona, she stands out so much for how her character is designed here, that it definitely boosts it up quite a bit.
Agreed.
And I would honestly even say that for the type of animals that she changes into, just for the fact that they all turn into a pinkish reddish color, and I don't know, I feel that really adds to her character even more.
I think it does too. I will say this, like, even though I do think that they just kind of copied and pasted the other knights, Ballister's and Ambrosius, they had some like bitchin' outfits.
They did.
Like their armor was
freaking
tight.
Yeah. I haven't heard.
I loved how
forever.
Like, do what?
I haven't heard someone say that like they were tight in quite a while. Fucking bringing that back. I love it.
Yeah. It, like I don't know what it is. Like I loved the I love like the distinction between like when they were making Ballister stand out, like having Ballister in like the dark black armor when he's training with descendants of royalty, or just of knight, I guess you'll say knight royalty. Yeah, kind of like everyone else has like bright shiny like white armor, like showing hero of the realm, and he's wearing like his black armor, just kind of showing that he's a commoner and of like not royal descent. And like just like I love that distinction, and it just kind of added when he did eventually get viewed as a villain. It just kind of added to that. He's already wearing like black. He has all like the typical features of a villain.
Yeah. Dude,
like
even his sword
like
screams villain, I feel.
Yeah, I know. Like he has like the evil facial hair, the freaking twirly mustache with a goatee.
Yeah.
Like the slicked back black hair, like just dark pointy features, and then he's wearing like just beefy black armor and black robes and has a giant black sword on him. Like everything screams villain. It's like they weren't really setting him up for success there.
No, they were not.
And then like complete opposite, you got Ambrosius, who's in the white majestic gold armor, and he's very has a very stoic look. His hair is always like has the perfect little swirl to it, and it's like again another bright vibrant color. Like it's I love their like the distinction between them. It's
agreed.
I thought that was really cool. But yeah, Nimona was the best. Great. I freaking loved everything that she did.
Yeah.
Like I really liked how she looked when she transformed into like the little girl.
Yeah, she was so adorable.
I know, dude. Even the little like demon kid that she turned into was like freaking adorable.
It was.
Like scary as shit, but
yeah,
freaking adorable.
But still cute.
Yeah. So yeah, costumes. This one's tough. I'm personally sitting at an 8. I can be talked up if need be. Are you at 7?
No, I'm at an 8 too.
Okay.
So,
I was gonna say, bro, like I can't justify a 7.
No, dude. Yeah, no, I'm not that low. Oh, dude, there is no way I could be that low. Hell no.
All right. Last up, we got our own personal scores.
Okay, who do you want to go first?
Up to you.
I'll go first if that's
okay.
Cool. Okay. Overall, I was very honestly, I was very shocked of how much I enjoyed this movie. Like I said earlier, I went into it not knowing anything about it. Literally when Caleb said, "Oh, hey, let's review this movie," I had never seen a trailer, poster, nothing. And even when he told me, I still didn't watch any of the trailers, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I went into this movie completely blind because I loved every minute of it. I was completely surprised of how good this movie was. I had a blast from start to finish, and honestly, I can't wait to revisit it because what Caleb was saying that he caught on his second viewing, I can't wait to catch on mine. Just great characters, great story, great animation, especially. I had a great time with this one. So for my personal score, I think I'm gonna go a 91.
That is completely fair. I'm barely below you.
You're
sitting
below
I know,
me? What?
I know. That freaking shocked me too. But I'm sitting at a solid 90.
Okay.
All for the same reasons you had. I see myself re-exploring or like adding this one to my rotation when I feel like I need not like an animated movie in my life. Like I already kind of have some in the roster. Like anytime I'm like, oh, I need an animated movie that isn't freaking Cocomelon, that doesn't make me want to freaking like jump headfirst out a window. Like I have like those handful, and like some of them are Spider-Man, some of them are like Puss in Boots. Like a lot of the movies have freaking come out this year, but this is one of those ones that came out this year that I will be adding to my rotation. I love this movie. I have such a blast with it. I think the humor is on point, and as I've proven, you can go back, rewatch it, and get stuff out of it that you missed. And I think that works super well for a person like me. I love being able to go back and see like little Easter eggs and stuff. And I think maybe that's why Into the Spider-Verse stuck out so much to me. Why freaking Mutant Mayhem also kind of stood out. It's because there's so much to see that you kind of have to go back and rewatch to catch it all. And I think that's just one of those things. So yeah, but I'm sitting at a 90 for this one.
Damn, that dude, I was expecting it to be at like a 92, 93. Wow, okay, that really shocked me.
Yeah. But yeah. So with that concludes or wraps up this week's breakdown. So going through the scores real quick, starting off with story, we ended up averaging out to a 92. Moving on over to writing, we ended up sitting at a 93.5. Our acting ended up averaging out to a 90 by unanimous decision. Character development, also unanimous decision, sitting at an 86. The animation, once again, unanimous. This is probably the one that we've agreed on like the most categories.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah. So animation sitting at a 98. Music was all right, sitting at a 7 out of 10. The character design is sitting at an 8 out of 10. And then our personal scores average out to a 90.5, which brings our final All Bros letter grade for Nimona to a...
Drum noise.
I really need to get like a freaking button or something for that.
Yeah, I'll find one on my phone.
Yeah. But sitting at a B+.
Okay.
And
I honestly thought it was gonna hit A-.
Dude, it is close.
Really? Like how close?
So check this out. Our cutoff for an A- is 90%, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is sitting at an 89.3.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, it was really close.
Yeah, it is redonkulously close.
Right. I like it though. Good placement.
I do too. I'm not upset with, especially with how high this is in the B+ range. Show. Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Head's gonna roll tonight, boys. Oh shit. Bro, dude, okay, let me guess. Okay. It's above Mutant Mayhem, isn't it?
No. Mutant Mayhem was an A.
Oh, was? Oh, I thought it was a B+ for a second.
Let me double check on that real quick. Yeah. Mutant Mayhem sitting at an A.
Oh, okay. All right. Phew.
No, it is sitting below another animated film that is going to be highly controversial. At least between us.
Is it below Super Mario Brothers?
Yes.
Okay, is that the movie or is it a different animated movie?
No, it is a different animated movie.
Did it come out this year?
No.
Did it come out last year?
Yes. Yeah, it came out last year.
Is it DreamWorks?
No.
Is it Pixar?
Yes.
It's above Lightyear.
It's below Lightyear.
It's below Lightyear? Oh, hell no. Oh, nah, dude. Nah. This is...
All right, so
I
check
enjoyed
this out.
Lightyear, but this is better than Lightyear.
All right, so freaking check this shit out. So Nimona sitting at a B+, being compared to other B+ movies, sitting at an 89.37, is sitting below Ready or Not, which is at an 89.4. It is sitting below Lightyear, which is at an 89.43. So it is less than what's the actual difference? It is 0.06% difference between this and Lightyear.
Shit.
It is so ridiculously close.
That's insane.
Dude, I'm surprised. We've had over 200 movies reviewed on this podcast.
Damn.
And somehow we're still hitting scores that we've never hit before.
Yeah, that is just insane.
Like, there are not very many movies and scores that are like exactly the same. So this is why I love our system, dude. Like, there's sometimes like this that like will aggravate the shit out of me, but
fair. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's below Lightyear, which is at an 89.43. It is below The Matrix Revolutions, which is at an 89.53.
I'm gonna blame that on DJ, no offense.
Fair. It's below Black Widow, which is at an 89.62.
I actually really like Black Widow, so I'm okay with that.
All right. It's below Better Watch Out, which is at an 89.72.
Really? Wow. Okay.
And then it is below Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is at an 89.75.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that one too.
Yeah.
All right. Going the opposite direction. It is sitting above Black Panther.
Oh, shit.
Which is at an 89.34.
I'm honestly okay with that.
Dude,
What?
did we put Black Widow above Black Panther?
I think we did. And you know what?
Balls.
I'm okay with that. I liked Black Widow more than Black Panther.
I'm not.
Oh man.
Anyway, so yeah, it is above Black Panther, which is at an 89.34. It is above Knives Out, which is at an 89.31.
All right.
It is above Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which is at an 89.25.
I'm okay with that.
It is above Spider-Man Far From Home, our new updated score.
Okay.
This is including DJ and Vic's scores.
Okay, cool.
So 89.2.
All right.
This blows. It is above the Mitchells versus the Machines.
I'm sorry, man. I'm okay with that.
Damn it.
I like Nimona better.
I like Mitchell's better, but whatever. And then finally, it is above Halloween 2018, which is at an 88.62.
I'll accept
I had
that.
to throw that one in just to
Yeah,
freaking
of course you did.
junk punch you.
Freaking asshole.
Just kind of going through to see like other like animated movies. It's above Luca.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. It's above How to Train Your Dragon 2. It's above Raya and the Last Dragon.
Definitely agree.
It's above How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
It's above the Willoughbys, and now I'm getting into a range where I'm like, okay, it's a little bit more okay. Let's see what this is below in terms of like animated movies, just for shits and giggles. All right, Nimona. So, like I said, Lightyear, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Gosh, I freaking agree with that.
Yeah.
Dumb. Wish I didn't, but it's below Turning Red.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that we ranked Turning Red that high.
Turning Red is barely cracked an A-.
I mean, Turning Red is really good.
It is a really good movie. Oh, okay, good. It's below How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that.
It's below Puss in Boots. Okay, yeah. I think the only one that I was struggling with was freaking Lightyear.
I had no idea that we ranked Lightyear that high.
I know.
Wow.
I mean,
damn.
It makes sense. Like,
yeah,
if you think like it's pretty on like the same level, but where Nimona probably had like, I think what killed or didn't kill Nimona. What boosted Lightyear was the costumes.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like that could easily be what the difference is.
True.
Yeah, but I'm not unhappy with this placing.
I'm not either, honestly. So yeah. Unless you got anything else you want to say about Nimona.
Nope.
Okay.
Other than go check it out by whatever means I probably should have just kept my mouth shut. Go check it out how you will.
Yeah, but don't tell anyone that we sent you. We will deny everything.
Yeah, keep it on the down low.
Yeah, the All Bros had nothing to do with it.
Yep.
Well, if you guys like what you heard and you want to hear more from us, you can be sure to subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Literally, wherever you listen to a podcast, you can find us. Or you can catch all of our episodes on YouTube if you prefer to listen there. You can check out all of our social media. We are at Facebook, facebook.com/The All Bros, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The All Bros. Or you can email us. Wow. Killing it. So with the social media platforms, you can answer our questions of the week, reach out with movie ideas, stuff like that. So those are great ways to get in contact with us. But if you prefer to reach out to us through email, you can always do so at theallbroschannel@gmail.com. If you want to check out our website, you can do so. You can find it at tinyurl.com/theallbros. Or you can also check out our merch store, which is at tpublic.com/the All Bros channel. tpublic.com/user/the All Bros channel. My bad. So yeah, next week on the podcast, we'll be breaking down Gran Turismo. Sorry. So yeah, I've seen it already. I'm not going to say my thoughts yet, of course, but I know Caleb hasn't seen it yet, so I'm very excited to hear his thoughts. So yeah. So that's all we got. This has been the All Bros Podcast. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Caleb.
And we'll see you guys next week. So long.
Deuces. That was pretty good.
Thank you.